higher than the NBA. So I was like, oh, what's she going to get paid? Because finally, you can get a real paycheck. And then I saw it and I was like, this can't be right. Because this is what it is. In the first year, Caitlin Clark will earn $76,535.
That's considered the marketing savior for the...
Caitlin Clark, the undisputed queen of college basketball, has unveiled a contract detail that's so staggering even seasoned sports analysts are blinking twice, and the Indiana Fever have been left absolutely speechless. She was.
This is listed as something that is really, really impressive. She was listed as one of Forbes 30 under 30 for...
Caitlin Clark, the undisputed queen of college basketball, has unveiled a contract detail so staggering that even seasoned sports analysts are blinking twice, and the Indiana Fever have been left absolutely speechless. With her jaw-dropping stats, averaging 27.8 points per game last season and pulling off 8.6 assists on top of that, her stock couldn't be higher. Yet no one expected her to pull off this. And honestly, who can blame the Fever for being stunned? According to Paulina Dage, Fever's Caitlin Clark reveals off-season plans outside of basketball after rookie season ends in heartbreak.
Caitlin Clark finished up one of the most remarkable years of basketball playing in quite some time.
Now, let's get to the juicy details and the real shockwaves this move has sent across the basketball world.
Caitlin Clark snags another honor. She's made the Forbes 30 under 30 list. Clark, who is just 22 years old, is the only professional women's basketball player on this list.
Now let's dive into the juicy details and the real shockwaves this move has sent rippling through the basketball world.
The point that I'm really not understanding in all of this, and I feel like it's been such a pattern throughout the entire season, it feels like there are still certain people within the WNBA who want the league to grow, but they don't want it to grow if it's certain people at the...
Caitlin Clark has been a force of nature since the moment she stepped onto a basketball court. But this latest contract move? It's the kind of headline-grabbing drama the WNBA didn't even realize it needed. The numbers don't just speak, they shout. Last season, Clark accounted for nearly 30% of Iowa's total points. Let that sink in. One player driving almost a third of a team's offense. Now that kind of firepower is up for grabs in a professional deal, one reportedly packed with clauses so unprecedented, even veteran WNBA stars are allegedly throwing side eyes of envy.
The first pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark.
Word on the street is that Caitlin Clark's deal includes an unprecedented endorsement revenue-sharing agreement, the first of its kind in WNBA history. Clark, who already banked over $3 million through NIL, name, image, likeness, deals in college, seems to have found a way to keep those endorsement dollars rolling even as she transitions to the pro level. For perspective, the WNBA salary cap for the 2024 season is just $1.42 million per team. And yet, Clark has managed to position herself where her off-court earnings alone could eclipse her entire team's payroll. Let that sink in.
She just absolutely did it all and became a magnet for attention and an icon for sports fans, certainly little girls, certainly mine as well.
With the first pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark. The Fever didn't just want Clark, they went all in. But they are not just drafting a player, they are taking on what can only be described as a walking brand star. Her social media reach alone, over 1.5 million followers across platforms, makes her a marketing goldmine. For context, that's more than the entire Fever roster combined. If you think this contract is only about basketball, think again. This is about influence, market power, and a 21-year-old who's not just entering the league, she's rewriting its entire play.
Reality is that from a marketing perspective, Caitlin Clark is worth more than almost any pro basketball player in the world.
Clark's projected draft position, almost certainly number 1 overall, puts her in line for the rookie max salary, $74,500 a year. For someone already raking in 7 figures from endorsements, that's less of a paycheck and more of a rounding error. But here's where it gets interesting. Sources say Clark's camp has been lobbying for a groundbreaking revenue-sharing model, one that could give her a slice of ticket sales, jersey profits, and even streaming royalties. If that's true, this isn't just a personal victory, it's a tectonic shift. A bold new precedent that could empower future WNBA players to demand more than the league's current pay structure allows.
It wasn't what it is. The quality of basketball may have been up to snuff, and you had somebody as popular as Cheryl Swoops who had her own signature shoe, had to deal with Nike and all of this other stuff. But the bottom line is, very few people gave a damn.
The Fever's average attendance in 2023 hovered around 4,000 per game, one of the lowest in the league. Clark, whose NCAA Final Four performance drew over 9.9 million viewers, a record for women's basketball, could single-handedly double that attendance figure. Imagine the Fever arena packed with 8,000 fans, each buying a ticket, a hot dog, and a jersey with Clark's name on it. Suddenly those ticket sales don't just fund the team, they are lining Clark's pockets. And while we're at it, let's not forget the merchandise factor. During her NCAA tournament run, Iowa reported a 200% increase in apparel sales, much of it tied to Clark. If she can do that at the college level, imagine what happens when her name hits WNBA jerseys. Some projections estimate her jersey sales alone could surpass $1 million in her rookie season, and if her contract does include that rumored revenue sharing clause, well, let's just say the Fever will be paying more for Clark's jersey than they ever did for their courtside popcorn.
I wonder if Caitlyn, in every post-game press conference, she came out and talked about the kind of hateful comments that she was getting. If she came out and told everybody the reason why she has personal security that goes with her every single place, it's a lot. And so it's not just Caitlyn Clark fans or Indiana Fever fans. It is not all going in one direction.
The Fever aren't the only ones left gobsmacked. Rival teams are reportedly scrambling to rethink their draft strategies in real time. Clark's unprecedented contract could send shockwaves through the league, forcing other franchises to reconsider how they handle rookie signings, endorsements, and marketing deals. And let's be honest, this is exactly the kind of disruption the WNBA needs. For years, the league has battled low salaries, limited media coverage, and lukewarm fan engagement. Enter Caitlyn Clark, whose combination of star power and business savvy is the catalyst for change fans have been waiting for. Even the league office is said to be holding emergency meetings. Why? Because they are faced with a new reality. How do you regulate a rookie who's already bigger than the league itself? Clark's deal might just force the WNBA to take a hard look at its entire compensation structure, potentially opening the floodgates for other high-profile players to demand fairer, more forward-thinking contracts. And while traditionalists may balk at the idea of a rookie out-earning seasoned vets, let's not kid ourselves. This league badly needs the kind of buzz Clark brings to the table.
Most watched WNBA games in over 2 decades. What does that tell you? That tells you that before Caitlyn Clark came along, it wasn't nearly as popular.
Caitlyn Clark is rapidly becoming a one-woman brand powerhouse. She's already signed major endorsement deals with giants like Nike, Bic, and Topps, and insiders close to her camp suggest her annual endorsement earnings could soon soar past $5 million if she stays on her current trajectory. To put that into perspective, the entire WNBA salary cap across all 12 teams hovers just under $17 million. Clark's off-court income could soon rival the league's entire payroll. As for what's next, the Indiana Fever rookie is finally getting a moment to catch her breath after a grueling first season that ended in a first-round playoff loss to the Connecticut Sun, a bittersweet conclusion to an otherwise electric debut. But Clark's not dwelling on it. In typical fashion, she's hinted, lightheartedly, that her off-season plans might involve swapping the hardwood for the fairway, with golf possibly taking center stage for a little while.
Can you imagine if it was the roles were reversed? If Caitlyn Clark, 2 white girls, made a video mocking it, what the reaction would be? I mean, let's just be honest. I don't want to go, what about Favre? But what about Favre? It's the
Clark's rookie contract puts a glaring spotlight on the financial chasm between the WNBA and the NBA. As the number 1 pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, she'll earn just over $76,000 this season, with her 4-year deal totaling $338,500. Now compare that to NBA top pick Zachary Raker, who signed a 4-year contract worth a jaw-dropping $57 million. The contrast is staggering, and it underscores the uphill battle WNBA players continue to face, often having to play overseas during the off-season just to earn a livable wage.
WNBA, well before this year. This is not a new thing. Sure. This is, and in that way, I do think Caitlyn's being used as a pawn. Mm-hmm. Caitlyn didn't bring systems to the WNBA. This has been.
WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has openly acknowledged the league's financial limitations and stressed the importance of sustainable, long-term growth. She's emphasized that expanding the league, not just in team count but in revenue streams, is essential to improving player compensation and benefits. Encouraging signs are already emerging. Recent wins like a surge in fan interest, The introduction of chartered flights, the announcement of 3 new expansion teams, and a historic media rights deal all suggest the WNBA is finally gaining momentum. The foundation is being laid, and if it holds, the league's financial future could look very different in the years to come.